What's going on, guys? Max the Melanet here with another video. This is kind of the part 2 from the last video. If you guys saw, I set up a new deck, this Baker 875. Got some Thunder Hollow lights, got some Andy Powell Nano Cubics on here, 52 millimeters. Finally got those deck rails installed. I know I didn't have time in the last video to put them on, but got that done this morning. And yeah, this board is looking really nice. I'm actually super excited to try this out in this video. I stood on it for like a second yesterday when I was loading my car, but I really haven't done like many tricks or anything on it yet. So just in this video, just gonna do the basics, gonna get some ollies, some shove-its, some frontside 180s, some fakie stuff, just all my basic flat ground tricks I'm gonna try on this board for the first time. This is the first popsicle shaped deck that I've really committed to riding. I've like stepped on popsicle decks in the past, but like since I started my skateboarding journey, I've only really ridden shape decks. So this is exciting to be on a popsicle with that mellow concave, that Baker OG shape. Yeah, just super stoked to ride this. 14.5 inch wheelbase too. So this is the smallest wheelbase I've ridden. I think that's gonna make my ollie and my pop a lot higher. So yeah, I just gotta get used to the landing and stuff and get used to like reverting around and just that type of stuff. But I've been like gradually getting smaller and smaller with my wheelbase. Went from 15 to 14.375 or 14.75 last time. So this is just another quarter inch down. Should be super nice. Start feeling cozy soon. So yeah, let's just get into it, do some flat ground, and that'll be the video for now. Just my first impressions of this awesome board. So here we go. Alright guys, so it's starting to get a little dark, so I think I'm gonna wrap up my initial impressions of this new setup. Ended up not doing any fakie today. As you could see in the video, the three main things that I worked on with this board just to get warmed up were my ollies, ollieing over some objects, doing some front side 180s and trying to roll out of them, and then just doing some shove-its and pop shove-its. I feel like those are like the main beginner pillars of flat ground skateboarding, and those are like the three things I've been really trying to get as consistent as possible and build up as much as possible. So that's really what I wanted to focus on today, especially since the winter's come about like the last month or so. My skating time has been cut at least in half. I would say like today's my first day on a skateboard in like 3 or 4 days, and before the winter I was on the skateboard for like at least 3 hours every single day. So you know, just keeping those like fundamentals consistent is what has been my biggest motivation and my biggest priority since the winter came. On a brighter note, I'm going to Texas for Christmas, and it's going to be like 30 degrees warmer there than where I live in New York. So going to be able to go to a lot of skate parks and get a lot of good practice in, especially, you know, as I said in the last video, I just graduated, so I got some free time on my hands right now, especially over the holidays. So just gonna really skate as much as possible, pump out a lot of content for you guys, and just try to progress as much as possible, and just keep having fun on the board. As far as this board is concerned, I really like the concave and the shape. I'm gonna be honest, like that's the main reason I got this, is I wanted to start skating a popsicle. I really like the mellowness of the Baker decks. As you can see, the nose and the tail, not super steep, very mellow, gives you like a lot of room to play around with. You're not going to get hung up on the nose as much. Some people don't like that because steeper concave is better for flip tricks. You can get more pop out of it. But this I feel like if you have the right form and you go about it right. I watched some Ben DeGrosse videos and he was kind of explaining the physics behind skating a mellower deck and the foot placement and all. Like I feel like you can get good pop on these decks too. The thing I noticed most about this deck is that it has really good pop without having to try super hard. The next thing I noticed about this deck, it may not have looked like it. It looked like I was battling with the shove-its, which I was because I haven't really been practicing a lot recently because of weather, as I said. But going for pop shove-its and shove-its on this felt a lot more comfortable than that anti-hero deck that I've been riding. Anti-hero deck was like 8.75 in the front and 8.5 in the back. And that made like the weight distribution very weird, and it also had a very steep nose for my liking, which kind of would like throw me off when I was trying to shove it. It felt weird to like get the board to go around and scoop it. This scoops really well. I feel a lot more confident trying to scoop shove-its on this. I feel like I landed a lot more shove-its than I have been within the last couple weeks on this board than I have on the past anti-hero Blue Meanie board. So that was one of my biggest reasons for switching to this shape, was to try to get my shove-its better. So super excited to keep playing around with those. The only thing that I got to get used to on this board is the wheelbase. I think it's going to come within just a few sessions or a couple days of skating it. That 14.5 inch wheelbase, that's the smallest wheelbase I've ever ridden. The Andy Anderson deck I rode was a 15 inch wheelbase, and the Blue Meanie was a 14.75. So that was a little smaller. The 14.75 also took a little bit of time to get used to. But this definitely feels the smallest, just with like landing tricks. It just felt a little different. There wasn't as much room on my front foot to catch the board. So I definitely, like when I was going over objects with this board initially, you probably saw like my front foot was catching on the nose and I was falling forward. But you know, just like with adjusting with other wheelbases, that just comes with practice and time. So yeah, I think once I get skating this and get used to that 14.5 inch wheelbase, I'm gonna be a lot happier with this deck. It pops really well, you know, I love the shape, feels really good under the feet, and I'm gonna keep you guys updated and just keep skating it. So if you like this video, you can like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.